everyone's looking for the young guy. They're looking for McVay. I think take a shot out. Todd Bowles, get him a second shot at head coach and see if he can do it.
I don't think they will. If they don't have Anthony Davis, I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
It's crazy. And our kids will know how great Tom Brady is because he's going to be playing.
Yes, it is 15.0%.
That's what the Yankees brought Garrett Cole to do.
He was a 6th-round pick. This is a fairy tale story that's being written in front of our eyes.
People like to call them their JV team, and they just stole one of their better players.
They didn't struggle against the Padres. The Padres didn't really put up a fight in most of the games.
Jerry Jones, hope you're listening.
Hi, I'm Landon Bowe, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? As we are doing our NHL opinions of the week, but the season has already sort of started, at least for the Sharks and Predators, but we are doing our preseason predictions for how everything will go. We included some playoffs and what we think will happen. We'll do some points just on our regular season rankings. Austin, and I'm Kevin. I'm joined by Austin, the Bet on Yourself preacher. And now, Austin, which conference do you want to start with?
Let's start with West.
Cool. I'll let you choose which division, and then you can go first, and then I'll follow.
So I'm going to start with the Pacific because it's my craziest division. You're going to completely disagree with me. There's no way we agree on anything probably, except for maybe the bottom and the very, very, very top, meaning number 1. Calgary, number 1. Vancouver, number 2. Los Angeles, number 3. Vegas, number 4. Seattle, number 5. 6, Edmonton. 7, Anaheim. 8, San Jose. Edmonton Falls, I don't trust their goaltending still. I know Jack Campbell had a good series against the Lightning, but I don't think they found an answer here. I don't think the team gels all that well together, and we're going to have to see how it plays out through a full season, the first full season with Evander Kane and some other guys. But I think they take a major step back, and it will be a great disappointment. The teams I have making the playoffs of those 8 are the top 4, Calgary, Vancouver, LA, and Vegas.
Okay. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Number 1, I have Oilers. So I disagree with you on the Oilers. I think Campbell will do all right, but I think it would just be McDavid and Draisaitl just carrying them, and then maybe a little sprinkle of Evander Kane. Then I have Calgary. Then I have LA, the Kings. So you and I agree on the Kings. Somewhat.
You have Kings at 3?
Do you have them at 3? Yeah,
I have them at 3.
So then I have the Ducks, and then I have Vegas, Seattle, then the Canucks, and then San Jose at the bottom. So I'm very intrigued on what you think of Vancouver, since you and I have such a big difference between them.
So where'd you have Vancouver? 7?
I have them at 7, so second to last.
Wow. Vancouver played so good at the end of the season under Bruce Boudreau, and I think that will continue over. I like their team. I like their goaltending. Thatcher Demko is great, and I think that they have the talent moving forward to be a great team. And I'm pretty confident that with the young guys, and I don't think they're going to trade away some big names that some people think they should, but I think they're the team of the future.
Okay. Yeah, I think they need one more year to develop, and then I think they'll definitely be in it. I think they just need more time. But now, overall, I think the Pacific's kind of weak compared to the Central. I'll go first. I have Avalanche number 1, 2 Wild, 3 Blues, Stars, Predators, Jets, Coyotes, Blackhawks.
So I'm extremely close. I'm Colorado, Minnesota, St. Louis, Dallas, Nashville. So the top 5, I believe we have all in the same order. And then Chicago, Winnipeg, Arizona. So we have those in different. Where did you have Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, I have right after the Predators, so it's 6.
So I have them at 7. I have Chicago 6, 7 Winnipeg, 8 Arizona. So we're very close on that one.
Yeah, I think Chicago just takes a turn for the worst. Sadly, just I know they tried to like do an in between rebuild and like retool. I just don't think that didn't work last year, and I don't think it works this year. So that's why I have them at the bottom. Arizona, I think they're like there's going to be some glimpses, and then the Jets. I think they're going to be good. I'm intrigued to see how Rick Bowness coaches them. So that's why I'm at 6.
Okay, let's go over to the East then. We'll come back to the playoffs afterwards. So let's start with the Metro, and I'll go first. I have Carolina 1, 2 Rangers, 3 Columbus, 4 Pittsburgh, 5 Islanders, 6 Washington, 7 Philly, 8 New Jersey.
Okay, so you and I are going to disagree on the Blue Jackets, even though I just bet low on them in this. So I think we agree on 1 and 2. Hurricanes at 1, 2 at Rangers. I have 3 Penguins, 4 Islanders, 5 Capitals, 6 Blue Jackets, 7 Devils, 8 Flyers.
Okay, so we have some differences at the top.
Yeah. What makes you believe in the Blue Jackets?
I liked some of the moves they made. Obviously, they got Johnny Gaudreau from Calgary. They signed him, and I think their goaltending. Their goaltending will be fine. I think they'll get that. I really like Elvis Merzlikins. He's really good. Their goal scoring with Line and Gaudreau, I think, will be absolutely dangerous. I think they have one of the best goal scoring duos in the league, and I think that could really carry them.
Okay. You and I are kind of similar on the Capitals. Or I'm at 5, you I'm at 7.
I have them at 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm at 6? Okay, so it's closer than I thought.
Yeah, I just think that
Then
they're
I
getting
guess,
way too old.
yeah, I feel the same way. So we just disagree on one spot there. Now I think we can go to the Atlantic. I'll go first. I have the Panthers 1, 2 Lightning, 3 Bruins, 4 Leafs, 5 Senators, 6 Red Wings, 7 Sabres, 8 Canadians.
It's insane. The first division we do on both sides, we're way off. Really, we're way off. We again have the top 5 the exact same. Florida, Tampa, Boston, Toronto, Ottawa. Top 5, all the same. Then I have Buffalo, Detroit, Montreal. So we both have
Oh,
Montreal at the bottom. So we have 6 of the 8, and on the other one we have 5 of the 8. But it seems like in the Atlantic and the Central, we were kind of meshing minds there, but on the others, you were pretty wide difference. But yeah, I agree on most of it. I just think that the Sabres are going to be much better than many people predict. I like Tage Thompson. I think that they have a pretty good team, at least an underrated team.
okay. Um, I kind of feel the same way about the Red Wings. I think they're going to be good. I think Buffalo will be good too, but I really think the Red Wings are going to come a year before everyone expects. So that's why I have them at the 6th spot. But now I guess we can go into playoffs. Do you just want to go into the Eastern playoffs?
Sure. So in the East, I have Florida versus Ottawa. I think Florida will have the best record in the East. I think Florida beats Ottawa. Tampa versus Boston, I have Boston winning. I really like Jim Montgomery. I think that this team is going to be different. Also, Tampa is getting tired. 3 straight championship appearances. It's going to take a lot to make it back. Carolina versus Toronto, I have Carolina. Carolina's just a better team. Rangers versus Columbus, I have Rangers. And that's my first round. What about you?
Okay, so I have Panthers versus the Islanders. I have the Capitals missing the playoff and Ottawa missing the playoffs. My wildcard teams are Leafs and Islanders. So Panthers beat the Islanders. Lightning, I'm up beating the Bruins, so I disagree with you on that. I think Lightning have, while I don't think they go super far, I think they'll still do well, and I think they'll win the first round. Then I have the Penguins upsetting the Rangers, and then I have the Hurricanes beating the Leafs. So you and I agree on Hurricane beating Toronto. But now I'll just go into my second round, Panthers versus Lightning. I have Panthers winning. This is where I think the Lightning fall. And then I have the Hurricanes beating the Penguins.
So I have Florida versus Boston. I have Boston winning. Carolina versus Rangers. I have Rangers winning. So that leaves me with a New York versus Boston Eastern final. I'll just go straight into it. I have Boston making the Stanley Cup final. I think Rangers are still probably a couple years away, and I think Carolina still has a lot of work to do, even though they have a great team on paper.
Okay, I have the Hurricanes losing as well. I have the Panthers winning. So it seems whoever wins that second round matchup,
Yeah.
because you have Bruins versus Panthers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the winner of that will go to the Stanley Cup Finals for both of us. So I have the Panthers going to the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah. So moving on to the West playoffs, I have Colorado, who I think will be the second one seed, meaning that they're not the top win leader. In Vegas, who's the best wild card, plays against them, and I have Vegas with the upset. Colorado loses to Vegas, so I have both Stanley Cup finalists from last year. Tampa losing to Boston, now Colorado losing to Vegas, both in the first round. Then Minnesota gets their revenge versus St. Louis. Calgary plays Dallas. Dallas wins another well, not necessarily rivalry game, but a game that a series that happened last year. I think Dallas gets their revenge because I think goaltending is going to be extremely important. And then Vancouver versus LA, I have LA winning.
Okay. So I have the Avalanche winning. I have the Predators. Them facing the Predators again. I have the Vegas Golden Knights missing. I have the Stars versus Oilers. Stars with the upset over the Oilers. I think goaltending will be a huge issue. And then I have Minnesota, same with you, getting their revenge against St. Louis. Then I have the Flames beating the Kings. So now that
Okay,
goes
so
to the
second round.
Yeah. So
You
second
wanna go?
round. What were you saying?
Yeah, you can go.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I have Stars versus Flames. Flames winning, and then I have Avalanche beating the Wild.
I have Wild versus Vegas. I have Wild winning. I have LA versus Dallas. I have Dallas winning. So that leaves the Stanley Cup, the Western Conference Final being Minnesota versus Dallas, and I have Minnesota winning. So my Stanley Cup final was Boston versus Minnesota. What about you?
So the Battle of Minnesota.
Yeah, that is my Western Conference final. Yeah.
Battle of Minnesota. Okay, so I have the Avalanche versus the Flames. I have the Avalanche winning and going back to the Stanley Cup final. So you and I are very different on this Colorado.
Yep. But Minnesota versus Boston, I'm not too much of a homie. I have Minnesota winning their first Stanley Cup and Kirill Kaprizov being a hero.
Yeah, and they finally do it after just like giving hope of it the past 2 years.
Yeah.
The past year and a half. Work. So I had the Avalanche beating the Panthers, winning their second cup back to back. So another dynasty sort of like, well, Tampa Bay's the Lightning. This wouldn't be a dynasty, but back to back champs again. Because the previous back to back champs were 2 years ago.
Yep.
Tampa. So do you have an MVP, Conn Smythe?
Yeah, Kirill Kaprizov.
Okay, I have McKinnon. So your point. How do you think Seattle does this year?
Well, I have them at fifth. I think they'll be better than Edmonton because I trust their goaltending with Grubauer. I think their team will be much better, and I definitely think that they're going to be competitive in their games.
Okay, that's what I think too. I think their goaltending is amazing, and I think they'll start to piece some things together.
Yeah, it's hard in your first year to be consistent.
Yeah, Vegas is the outlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited to bring NHL. It's a busy month, but that's what I got. Anything else, Austin? You can close it out.
Nope. Thank you for watching, and we're both excited for the NHL season to start.